Remember, it ain't time to get upset. It ain't time to get loud. It should be no time to get loud. Okay? Because you're saying to yourself, watch this. You're saying to yourself, my marriage strong. If it's not a 10, at least keep it at an 8. Anything lower than that is going to be a problem. I am going to hear her. Now, my response is, and even watch this. You hear the music I'm playing? The music that I'm playing is nice. It's called smooth jazz. Nice and smooth. You don't have a music account? Go on YouTube. Nice and smooth. Okay? And just listen. Okay? So now what begins to happen is, okay, your response is going to be, I heard what you're saying. But let me make sure I'm hearing what you're saying. You're saying to me that you feel like I don't love you. I'm mistreating you. I don't understand you. I don't hear you. I don't pay you no attention. These are the things that you said. Even if you don't think you can remember them, write them down. Write them down. It sounds crazy, but write it down. Okay. Now, you might go, no, can I ask you a question? Why do you feel this way? With all the things you just said. Why do you feel like I don't love you? Why you feel like I don't pay you no attention? Why you don't feel like I understand you? Why? And even if it says, well, wait a minute, brr, too many words coming. One at a time. Why you say you think I don't love you? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. We don't live in a perfect world. We don't live in a perfect world. That's why, watch this. If a football team wants to win a game, or a basketball team wants to win a game, guess what? They got to practice. They got to practice. Some men, some women have not been taught eye contact, full attention, listening, all that. No. Some men, some women, same way. You know, all I seen my mom and daddy do is argue and fight. So you say, you know, that's why I say practice. Okay? Practice. It might sound funny. You sit down with your spouse, and we're going to get back to it. You sit down with your spouse. You sit down with your wife or your husband, and you say, we're going to do an exercise. We're going to do an exercise. So in that exercise, what you do is, thank you, Jesus. In the exercise, you sit down with each other, and you look each other dead in the eye. You know, have you ever seen children play that game, who gonna blink first? Okay, so me, I could do it. I do it pretty good. I don't know now, but I could do it pretty good. Looking my wife's eyes. Okay. Or either they see who's gonna be the first person to look away. Because why? There's something they're not used to. They might start laughing and saying, I can't do this too much. So it's something, but if you practice, you know, you hear people say, I got to learn to give my spouse my full attention. I got to learn to hear what my spouse is saying. I got to learn to have eye contact with my spouse. I got to learn to not be distracted by anything. Do you notice what I'm saying? I got to learn these things. But guess what? You know what the key thing is? Wanting and willing to learn. Those two things. Willing and wanting to learn. Wanting and willing to learn. You are willing to do this. You're not being forced to do this. And be honest and say to your spouse, this is something I normally don't do, babe. Honey, whatever you call her. Wifey, husband. This is something that I don't do. So this is something I get used to, you know. And that's why it's good when you sitting down and talking before you get married and all that. You know, hey, is this something you willing to try to do? At least try it. At least try it. At least practice it. So now that you let your what he or she said, you done let it soak in, all that and more, right? Right. And so now what happens is you repeat what they just said. I'm going to repeat what you just said. You say all these things, and then you ask and say, okay, let's start with one. Why do you feel like I don't love you? Why do you feel like I don't love you? Why do you feel that way? And and here's the thing. Be honest. Be honest. Don't sit there and sugarcoat it. Don't lie or nothing. Be honest with your spouse. Be honest. Tell the truth. This is why I feel like I feel. One way that you don't want to say, one thing that can I help today? Please don't say, you know why I feel this way. If the person knew, if your husband knew, or if your wife knew, your spouse knew, your partner know, why would they ask? Why would they ask? Why would they ask that question if they know? So therefore, when they ask you this question, they need to know that they want the honest answer. Again, this conversation says it's deep. I need some thick skin. I can't get in my feelings. I can't get upset. And I need to work on that. I need to work on not getting in my feelings. I need to work on not getting upset, because here it is. If your spouse feels like every time I talk to you, you get upset, you get mad, you don't, and all that, guess what? That communication is going to fail, because they're saying, I can't talk to you. I can't have a conversation with you. Why? Your spouse can't have a conversation with you. Why your husband? Why your wife? Y'all is one. So one word I wouldn't use, I suggest, you know why? No. Tell me. After you tell me, now I know. You don't show me no attention. Why would you say that? You always with your friends. You always watching that TV. You always on that phone. You always doing this. You always doing that, but you don't show me no attention. You don't never say you love me. You don't never give me no hug. You don't never kiss me. You don't never do anything with me. We might celebrate birthdays. We might celebrate anniversaries. We might do this. We might do that. But a lot of times we don't. Now you know. Now, here's the thing that I suggest to you as the spouse. Oh Lord. Here's the thing that I suggest. Y'all just got to forgive these trains. Here's the thing that I suggest that you do is that you, even if you got to, write this down, but don't let it go in one ear and out the other. If you're a person that can have a good memory note, keep these in your memories. That there's some work to be done. And I'm making you know that there's some work to be done. And another thing, asking this question, what can I do to fix this? What can I do to fix this situation? Because every conflict, every problem, every situation needs to have a solution. They really say you're not supposed to go to bed without a solution and not mad at each other. I believe one reason why they said, because you never know, that might be your last day that you talk to that person. So how do I fix this? If all these things, now, if you know it to be true, don't get mad. If you know this is to be true, don't get mad. I don't like the way that a lot of times you come at me, the way that you talk to me. If you know that to be true, don't get mad. don't get upset. You know it to be true. Don't get mad and don't get upset. Just take it. Don't get mad. You know it to be true. And some people get stubborn and say, oh no, that ain't the truth. And you know deep down in your heart, in your mind, your soul, that it is. I always use this. My wife came to me, she says years ago, she came to me and she told me, Ronald, when you buy Valentine's gifts, don't buy me and your mama the same thing. You know, as men, sometimes we don't think. We just say, okay, we grab the gift, keep it moving. But now that she has expressed that to me and said that to me, now what I have to do is change that. So if I know, okay, I'm getting them the same teddy bear, I'm getting them the same candy, you know, I'm getting them the same Valentine's card. I might even taking them. Well, I don't know about the restaurant, but I'm doing the same things. And she's let me know, I'm not your mama, I'm your wife. I gotta respect that. That she told me that. She told me that. Yeah. She told me that. And so, with her telling me that, do I let it go one year, come out the other, keep going? There are some stubborn people there are some men and women in this marriage that are stubborn enough to say, girl, as long as I get you something, that's all matter. No, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. Hold on, y'all. No, ma'am, you know, yeah. Nope. What's on? Hold on, y'all. Rep gotta check something. Yeah. Oh, stand by. No, sir. Okay, we're running into problems tonight, so we may have to. I'm trying to listen now. How much time we got? Oh, we out of time anyway. Okay, y'all, it's gonna have to be a part 2 to this. We're running into technical difficulties, so I don't know. Let me see. Stand by, y'all. Oh, we out of time anyway. Okay, y'all, it's gonna have to be a part 2 to this. We're running into technical difficulties, so I don't know. Okay, yeah, we're running into problems, but we'll be back next Thursday for part 2, effective communication in a marriage. I did not know that we were chopping up. I didn't know we were chopping up. Okay, yeah, we're running into problems, but we'll be back next Thursday for part 2, effective communication in a marriage. Okay, so we will continue this conversation next Thursday. All I can say is, y'all, we have to pray and see what the problem is, see what's going on, all that and more. I thank God for everybody that's tuning in. I want to thank my wife, Minister Karen Heist, the First Lady of Wkcj Radio, for monitoring and letting me know what is going on. So we're going to go ahead and end it for the night, but we're going to come back and do a part 2 of effective communication. All right? Be blessed.